Hello and welcome. I'm Raghav, and today we are going to learn how to connect a real Android device on Windows so that we can use it for our automation. And I'm going to go very basic step by step, so do not worry if this is the first time or you are doing this or you do not have any prior knowledge on this topic. This is going to be very easy and very interesting. And before I go to the steps, let me also tell you about the prerequisites. So here we have this prerequisite. I will also copy this and take it to the top, and all these notes will be available to you, so do not worry, all these notes will be available to you. So here the prerequisites are: we should have Java installed on the system, and Java home environment variables should be set on the system. And to check this, you can go to the command line and run this command. So for example, if I go to my command line, I will say java space hyphen version. So this is the command, java space hyphen version, and if you run this command you will get the version of Java on your system. Let me just check. Yes, it is version 8 installed on my system, and you can also check Java compiler version by running the command java c space hyphen version, and you can see it is installed on my system. Now just in case Java is not installed on your system, you can go to my channel on YouTube, which is YouTube/automation step by step. And if you go here, you will find a playlist here. Go to the playlist, and when you scroll down, you will have a playlist for Java. Go to the Java playlist, and here we have a session video on how to install Java on Windows. So you can watch this just in case Java is not installed on your system or Java home environment variables are not set. So you can go and watch that video. I will also make the link available in this note. So let me just copy the link from here and I will make it available here so that it is very handy for you and you can refer it directly from here. Now after that we need a mobile Android device. So any mobile Android device, maybe your phone, will work. A connecting cable, so a connecting cable to connect your mobile device to the computer, and we need at least 200 MB to 1 GB of free space. So the folder that we are going to download, the SDK folder, is around 150 MB, so we need at least 200 MB. However, if you do not have at least 1 GB, it can make the process slow. So let us say we should have at least 1 GB of free space. So these are the prerequisites. Now the first step is we have to download the SDK tools or SDK manager. So for that you can go to Google and search for download Android Studio. Now do not worry, I'm not going to download Android Studio. It's just the SDK tools that we need. So if you go here, and this is the link, I will also make this link available in the notes. So you have to download it from this link, and when you go here, this is for Android Studio. We do not need Android Studio. This is used for development of Android apps. We will scroll down, and if you go down, you will have a section for command line tools only, and here you can get the command line tools for Windows. So this is for Windows. You can click on this and it will give you this agreement to accept, and you can accept and download, and it will start downloading a zipped folder. So you can see it is downloading. For now I'll just cancel this because I already have it, and let me just show you. I have this zipped folder here which is downloaded from Android Studio website, and now I will extract this or unzip it. So I will say extract all, and you can put this at any location on your system, and I will also change the name so that it is easy to reference, and I will name this as Android-SDK, and I'm putting it on my desktop itself. So I will say extract, and you can see it is extracting on this folder. So let's just wait for this extraction to be completed, and then I will show you the next step. Just to show you here, so we have done step number 1, which is download this SDK tools, and now we are doing step number 2, which is unzip folder and extract platform tools. Now you will not find platform tools directly inside the folder, and this is what we have to extract, and this is what I'm just going to show you. And also, this entire process of connecting a real Android device on Windows is a separate process. It is not linked to Appium. So whether you have Appium installed on your system or not, it will not impact this process. This is a completely separate process. So you may install Appium before this or after this if you are doing Appium automation, but this is a completely separate process. So we are doing step number 2 as of now, and let me just go back, and it is still unzipping. So this unzip can take some time based on your system configuration and speed, and this is going to be done, and yes, it is done. And you can see we have a tools folder inside this folder. So let me just go from here. I will go to this Android SDK folder which I have unzipped, and here we have a tools folder, and inside tools we have some other folders. However, we cannot see platform tools, and that is what we need. So we should be having SDK manager. So you can see here you will have SDK manager. Let me go inside bin folder, and inside bin you can see we have a SDK manager.bat file. So this is a Windows batch file, and this is what we will use to extract or uh, download the platform tools. So if you go back to your browser, and here on Android Studio website you will have this user guide. So let us go to this user guide, and here if you scroll down we have a section for command line tools. Go here, and then if you scroll down we have a section here for SDK manager. Go to SDK manager, and here you can see this is a documentation for SDK manager. So this is a command line tool that install, update and uninstall packages for the Android SDK. And now if you go a little more down you will find uh, the package is an SDK style path as shown with the list, and here we have this command. This is the command. You can pass multiple package paths. So this is the command we need to use, and this will extract platform tools, and you can use an API number based on your Android. So if you go to Google and search for Android versions, and if you go to this Wikipedia page, Android version history, and you scroll down, you can see these are all the Android versions, their code name, their version number, and then the API level. So for example, you have Android 6, it is Marshmallow, the code name is Marshmallow, and then the API number is 23. And similarly, if you are using Android 8, you can see the API number here or API level here. Now you can just check the Android version on your mobile device. So let me just show you. If I show you the screen of my mobile device, so I'm using this software called Visor, and this helps to show your mobile screen on your computer desktop. And yes, so you can see it here. And to just check the Android version on your phone, you can go to settings here, and if you go to about phone you can see it is already showing Android version which is 7.1.2, and if you go inside about phone it will show you all the details, and you can see this is the Android version 7.1.2 which is there on my mobile device. So here I can select the API level accordingly, and on this command, so this is the command, I'll copy this command. So for 712, if you see here, for Android 712 the API level is 24 to 25, so I can actually put 24 or 25 instead of 28 here. However, a higher API level should work for lower Android version. So I will just copy this command, and I will also put it in the notes. So this is the command that you have to run, and this you have to run on command line. You have to go to bin folder and then run this command. So if you go to your folder here, this is the Android SDK folder. You have to go to this location on command line. So you can copy this location and then I'll just copy this location from here and go to your command line, and here I will say cd and then paste the location. So I can do like this, or another way is you can just go to this address bar and say cmd and hit enter, and it will open command line on the same location. So you can see it has opened my command line on the same location, and here I will run this particular command. This command I will copy and run it on command line. So this should extract platform tools, and that platform tools should be available inside the Android SDK folder. Now you may face some issues here, so you can check your Java version. When I installed Java 12 on my system, this command was not working, and now I have Java 8 on my system and now this is working. So you can just accept, say yes and enter, and it will start downloading platform tools. So as I was saying, you can also, in case it does not work, you can check your Java version. If it is 12, it might not work, because as of now it was not working Java 12 on my system. I have Java 8. I have not checked with Java 9, 10 or 11 versions. In case you are using any of these versions and it works for you, you can put this down in the comment section that Java 9 is working or Java 10 is working or Java 11 is also working, so that it is useful for others. For now I'm using Java 8 and this command is working fine with Java 8. So this is now installing and unzipping, and we will have platform tools folder. So if I now go to my folder again, so if I now go to my folder Android SDK, you can see this platform is here and platform tools will also come in sometime. So let's just wait for platform tools as well. So this is now unzipping, and you can see we also have platform tools now. So we have platforms and platform tools folder here, and let this process get completed. As of now this is 76%, and now this is done. So now we have both our folders here, and if I go back to my notes, so we have done second step now. So step number 2 is done. Now we have to set environment variables. Now this is important. We have to set 2 environment variables. First one is Android home, and this should be equal to the folder location of your SDK folder. So whatever name you have given, in my case I have given Android SDK, so this folder, and then we have to set the path for, so there is a environment variable called path, and we have to append the path of platform tools folder here. So these are the 2 things we have to do. So if I go to this folder Android SDK, so this location I will create a new environment variable. Now you can either search for environment variables and you will get an option to edit system environment variable. So you can go from here, or you can also do a right click on my computer or this PC. So if you do a right click here, you can go to properties and go to advanced system settings and go to environment variables. So either way you can go, and now here these are the environment variable specific for that particular user who is the user on this system, and this is for system variable. So I'm just going to add to system variable so that it is available for all the users. I will click new and create a variable name Android underscore home and provide the location of my Android SDK folder and say OK. And now I will search for path. So path environment variable should already be present, and you will now click on edit. So click on edit, and here you do not have to change anything which is already existing. You have to add it at the end. Now just in case if you have an older version of Windows, you might find this in a text box view. In that case what you are going to do is you can just go to the end of whatever is already there. So for example, there will be a text box and there will be some data already there. So you have to go at the end, just give a semicolon and then give the location of the folder. So for example, this is the location of platform tools. So you will just copy this location and after semicolon just provide your location, and you can give a semicolon or just leave it like this. So this is for the older versions where you do not see something like this. If you are having Windows 10 and you have a similar view, then you can just go to new and add your folder location and say OK and OK. So now we have also done step number 3, which is set environment variables, and now you can check ADB devices command on command line. Now if you go to your command line and open a new command line, because the older open command line will have the older session, so go to a new command line, and now here if you run ADB devices and say enter, so it shows a list of devices. So in my case, I already have a device attached, so it is showing, but do not worry if you are not seeing anything. The only thing to verify here is that this command does not shows you any error or does not says that ADB does not exist. So that's the only thing that you have to do. So let me just disconnect my device, and I have as of now disconnected my device, or I have taken out the cable, and now if I say ADB devices, you can see nothing is there. It is not showing any device connected. So here you have to check this command on command line ADB devices, and ADB stands for Android Debug Bridge. So this is something we use to check our devices installed. Now the next step is step number 5 is we have to make our device ready so that it can be connected to our system. Now here at this moment you will connect your device with a USB cable or with any cable that you have, and before you do that, before actually you connect your device, you have to do some settings. So you have to enable developer mode on your system and make USB debugging on. Now how to do that, let me show you. I will show you my mobile device, and this is my mobile device, and you can see with the help of Visor, I'm able to show you the screen of my mobile device on desktop. So you will go to settings. As of now, there is no need to connect your device to the system. Just go to your mobile device, open your mobile and go to settings. And here go to about phone. And inside about phone, you will have an option called build number. Now you have to tap 7 times here. So start tapping, and by 7th time you will become a developer, or the developer mode will be enabled. So in my case it is already done, so it is showing you are already a developer. Otherwise you will just tap 7 times and it will enable developer mode. And then if you go back to your settings, after some time you will have developer options. Here you can see this option, developer options. Go inside developer options, and now you will have a option here for USB debugging. So you can see this option USB debugging. Make this on. I will not make this off, because if I make this off, this screen will go away. So I will keep it on, and you can also make this on. If it is off, you can enable it. And now this is how you will set up or enable your mobile device. And then once you have done this, you can connect the device to computer using a cable with either a USB cable or whatever cable you use to connect your mobile device to your computer. You can use that. So I will now connect my device to the computer system, and when you connect on your mobile device, you might get this question or option to enable USB debugging, or you might get a prompt to enable USB debugging, so you can allow it. And now once you have allowed USB debugging and your developer mode is also enabled and your USB debugging is on, then if you run ADB devices on your command line, it should show you your device. So now if I go and just say ADB devices and run this, it is showing me a list of device attached. It is showing me one of the device, and this is the device ID. So now we are able to connect our device to Windows system, which we can now use for further for automation, or we can use with Appium. So in the coming sessions I will show you how exactly now you can use for automation. And this process of connecting a Android device on Windows, this is a completely separate process. It has nothing to do with Appium at this moment. Even if you have Appium or you do not have, this will work fine. So this is how you can connect your mobile device. I hope this session was useful for you. Thank you for watching.